Welcome to Parashat Chayei. Think about this scenario for a second. You're walking around Tesco or some other supermarket, you're searching for yellow peppers that you need to make for a salad, and you see two stands. One of them has a stand where the peppers are packaged in the box, and those peppers are perfectly symmetrical. And the other, they're not. The symmetrical peppers are more expensive than the uglier looking peppers. Which ones do you go ahead and buy? Do you say, "Feh, I don't need symmetrical peppers, they're going to be cut up anyway in a salad"? Or do you spend the extra money for the pretty symmetry? Well, according to a study in Science Daily, many people will actually pay extra money for the symmetry, thinking that actually those peppers are healthier. The study tells of one group that was given a picture of an avocado that was spread on toast in a very pleasing, aesthetically looking way. And the other group got a picture of the same recipe spread on toast, but in a very ugly way. Then both groups were given the basic nutritional information and ingredients for that particular avocado and toast, and their job was to rate how healthy that particular meal was. The group that saw the good-looking avocado rated it healthier and more nutritious than the other group. In this week's parasha, Abraham comes along and he charges Eliezer with a mission. Get out there and find a wife for my son Yitzchak. We know the story, and he devises this whole litmus test to see if the lady would be suitable for Yitzchak or not. And the girl had to have impeccable midot, attributes of kindness, etc. And that person would be suitable for the wife of Yitzchak. But the Torah seems to suggest that Eliezer left out a very important factor, and that is, would his master's son Yitzchak be attracted to Rivka? So much so that the Gemara in Tanit, the Talmud, picks this up and he criticizes Eliezer for not including that factor, because all he said was the lady that comes and gives me the drink, etc. She might have been lame, she might have been blind, but nonetheless, nonetheless, he got the proper result. God responded, and Rivka appeared on the scene. The great Rabbi Yehuda Nachshoni points out that really Eliezer's test was in line with Torah values. Weekly, the words of Eishes Chayil are sung to wives worldwide. We sing the song Sheker Achen Vehevel Hayofi Isha Yirat Hashem. The idea that Chen, grace, is false, Vehevel Hayofi, beauty, is also vanity. It's only the woman that fears Hashem that is praised. Eliezer's error was that he didn't in fact account for the fact that at the end of the day, we're all human beings. So much so that the rabbis in Kiddushin tell us you're not allowed to perform the act of Kiddushin, the act of betrothal, on behalf of someone else without the groom first seeing the bride. If the groom hasn't seen the bride first and there's no attraction, that's a problem, because it would lead to a violation of the V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You have to love your fellow man like you love yourself. How can you do that if there's no attraction? So Rav Flog and others point out that we can walk around preaching the quotes, don't judge a book by its cover, everything that glitters is not necessarily gold, but at the end of the day, if we don't acknowledge that we can be influenced by aesthetics, by externalities, by things that don't look necessarily the way they should, we are fooling ourselves. Because deep down we may know intellectually that symmetrical peppers taste exactly the same as good ones, which are of a funnier size. But unless we consciously think about it, the looks will influence us. I once asked my late rabbi, Dayan Sadi Amor, how do you check fresh figs? How do you check them for bugs to ensure that they're bug-free? So he said, you cut it open, you move the flesh of the fruit with your finger, and you look at it. If it looks bug-free, you eat it. So I said, and what about all those rabbis who say you need to use a magnifying glass to check? He told me, Rafi, the Torah wasn't given to angels. We don't have to be like angels and completely ignore aesthetics. However, if we become more aware of how much externalities really do influence us, that can only help us make choices based on that which we really value the most in our lives. Shabbat shalom.